Hey, you wanted to get into a bullet hell shoot 'em up before but have no idea where to start? Do you want a meaty arcade experience with a lot of variables? Do you want a banger trans-influenced soundtrack? Are you a massive weeb and like your anime girls cute? Well folks, I present to you a classic that recently got revitalized and got better than ever. Blue Revolver Double Action is the long-awaited update to the 2016 instant classic Blue Revolver, a manic bullet hell shoot 'em up released by Stellar Circle with a lot more depth than meets the eye thanks to being the unofficial child of both cave and rising design philosophies. Last time I made an STG video, I very briefly touched upon it, but over time it has definitely placed itself into my top 3 shoot 'em up games to play, and boy, I was eagerly salivating for this update for a while, and it was well worth the wait with its massive amount of changes and a new playable character and extra variables to keep things fresh. The basic premise is the following. In this world, you can use magic-like programming to bend and build stuff to your liking. You're a girl that likes to build ships by doing that, but sadly, you are not forklift certified. The titular Blue Revolver organization tells you, wait, that's illegal? And now, you just go shoot 'em up with your ship, show them you're not playing around. Go select one of the 3 playable girls' ships and blast them all to smithereens, with a twist that keeps things interesting. First thing first, the presentation. The art style is honestly one of my favorite things about this game, with the pixel art being a mix of simple yet endearing anime sci-fi aesthetics, while also having a very dreamlike painterly feeling. This game made me a big fan of Buffy Cake's art style, huh? Hell, you see this illustration? This one has been my phone wallpaper for some time now, huh? And even if you find all of this too cluttering for your eyes, the game includes a lot of visual accessibility options, like decreasing the background opacity, making enemy bullets glow, making your own bullets translucent, and changing the bullet colors to your choice. The other very important aspect of STG aesthetics is the music, and this game delivers it in miles with its trance and techno-inspired soundtrack of both the original release and the double action remixes. Bro, some of the tracks here are so good that I legit will unironically steal the aux chord and put them on a rave. Special mention goes to Ecumenopolis, both the original and the remix by Hagane. I love that track, and honestly the OST is in my top 3 favorite STG soundtracks, alongside Refrain and Campaign. With that out of the way, I can talk about the meat and potatoes of arcade-style games, the gameplay. See, one of the most elegant things any game designer can do in a simple game is making something so deceptively simple to pick up and play, yet are able to make it very deep to keep you on your toes once you manage to get the hang of things, while incentivizing you to fully engage with all of the mechanics to succeed, and eventually go beyond the basics to start pulling off some truly ridiculous strategies. And this game is an excellent example of that in action. Just a heads up, I'm not an expert player or anything like that. I'm just a filthy casual that can barely reach the end of stage for an hyper mode consistently, who enjoys yapping about things I like, so I may very likely skip over the fine minutiae, so here we go. Blue Revolver gives you a varying selection of special weapons depending if you want to go all in with raw power to clear things faster, have a better defense to survive more, or be more precise on your targets to give you better control on your score. And new to double action, now every weapon has a unique perk to further differentiate them between each other. But be careful, while they are all powerful, they also have limited ammo, and while the extra ammo capsules will be plentiful in the early stages, later it becomes extremely scarce, which can get you into some rough spots because you run out of it. So you must manage it correctly, but you're not completely defenseless since there is also other ways to get more. The most conventional are the ammo crates in the specific points of the stage, boring and predictable but very stable. The other one is using one of your limited supply of bombs to convert all bullets on the screen to ammo capsules, so sometimes your best chance at surviving the toughest parts is going completely bananas, using your resources with extreme prejudice at the exact time when the screen is most filled with bullets. But what happens when you run out of both ammo and bombs? Well, I will tell you right now, but before I do, I need to talk about the difficulty options. I know this may sound random, but it will make sense in a bit. The game has 3 difficulty options. Normal, which goes easier on you and automatically uses all your bombs available when you get hit, which sadly can become a huge hindrance once you understand the game. Parallel, which is the hardest difficulty that can make you eat your heart out, and the main attraction, Hyper. Hyper mode is the main difficulty and intended experience for the regular folks of the game, but calling it the normal mode, besides being confusing with the easy mode of this game, would be a disservice. The Hyper, and normal to a lesser extent, is very similar to Val Garega's Bread and Butter, which is the rank system. That is, an adaptive difficulty system that makes things harder the better you are, or easier depending on your performance, and how good or badly you are able to survive the onslaught of bullets, so you're always being tested tested on hopefully a fair way according to your skill level. Unlike Battle Garega, the rank here is way more difficult to deliberately manipulate, so you may have to go face the challenges more fair and square. And the only way to decrease the difficulty is getting your ship destroyed, up until it gets destroyed 3 times, that is. After that, good luck. Okay, sure, dang, but what if I'm not able to clear stage 2 even when the ranking is favoring me? What gives? Can you even get extra lives in here? Yes you can. And this is where I talk about the basics of the scoring system. Something I have omitted until now is the purpose of this bar over here. See, every time you destroy an enemy with your normal shot, this number goes up until you reach egg. Once you reach it, it's when you can best use your special weapon. This way your points will multiply each time you destroy an enemy with it, and the bonus multiplier will last up until this bar depletes and you have to repeat the whole process again. And another thing to keep in mind is that every type of enemy has a different point value, so you will want to be very deliberate on when you start blasting with the heavy weapons. Why do you want to make the number go big? Simple, because this is the main way to get extra lives, since the first 5 million points in both normal and hyper get you 1, and unlike vanilla, they changed the extra life system in double action, so you always get an additional extra life at fixed intervals indefinitely, instead of capping them at a number I don't really remember. So things become much more bearable for newcomers and a lot more fun for veterans. Wait, what? More chances for mistakes make things more fun for veterans? Shouldn't that be redundant due to them being already good enough to clear the game? What gives? Shh. Calm down, babe, there's a perfectly good explanation. Remember back when we were discussing how screwed we were when we ran out of both ammo and bombs? Okay, here's the thing. That and the scoring system also go hand in hand in how lives work, since you get 3 main benefits if you lose a life. 1. You get to keep any resource you had upon destruction so they don't go to waste. 2. You get half a bar of ammo. 3. You get 2 bombs, 4 in parallel mode. And most important, your combo doesn't reset. What this means is that sometimes it ironically is way more beneficial to strategically find points to bite the bullet than to try to grind it out if you end up without any resources to be able to cash out on that juicy multiplier with a fresh restock to increase your score to even greater hikes, getting yourself more closer to the next extra life and then some, which can be a critical strategy in the later stages to stay alive for longer if you know what you're doing with your full firepower. Honestly, the process is super engaging, man, as in any good game you always feel that no matter what you do, you can always improve on your routing and game plan, making for a super engaging experience. So not addicting for me, I'll be honest. It really is mostly because this type of games drain my mental stamina super fast, so I need constant breaks, but I do very much enjoy it. Okay, but let's say you keep dying to the same part over and over again. You don't even have enough time to play the full run this time. What can you do? Never fear, the game has you covered. Kinda. Stage select is the practice mode of this game, and it lets you change a lot of variables to your liking so you can grind those parts and nail them in your actual run. Granted, it's not as precise as M2's arcade challenge, but honestly at this rate, I'm pretty sure not done well. And to be fair, implementing something like that will be very inconvenient in a game that is so heavy on resource management. So yeah, those are the basics of the game, but if you're an existing player of the old version, you already knew that most likely. So what is actually new to double action? Well, 4 things at a glance. 1. They revamped the missions. While we still have pretty much all the older missions, they are now balanced around them being score attacks instead of discouraging you to use resources when the whole resource system is integral to the game plan, while also ordering them into tiers, swapping the playable character of them into some others, and even adding new challenges. The mode is still mostly for learning the game, but them changing the rules should make them engaging for everyone now. 2. XP mode. Remember the experimental weapons back in vanilla that were basically superfluous? Now they changed their use and made a completely new arrange mode with a new gameplay system, similar to the old experimental weapon mode where the special weapons refill automatically and faster with scoring orbs, and you also were deprived of bombs. I think. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really bother with this mode and just played regular arcade mode for all my playtime back in the day. Now your special weapon ammo also refills by using your normal shots, and you get a single refillable bomb that you get back both passively and by scoring, and also using it recovers all of your ammo. But that's not the biggest change, oh no. That one is that now, when you score enough, your ship levels up to a more powerful shot type, and the difficulty increases without being able to be leveled down. So the difficulty curve is more linear, with scoring itself also being modified to the extent that normal shots give you a flat cross 8 and the special weapons being a flat cross 64 multiplier. And also all the weapons have an associated gimmick which ranges from super in well D to oh my god, the stats break out. In my opinion, the mode is super fun, but it has some things that I really don't gel with. Like, it feels very rushed and unbalanced, with the most powerful weapon seemingly being the sub drone, though granted, it is a very fun weapon due to only being effective when it's not directly hitting the target, with the trade-off is that it's very powerful. At least in my opinion, I will need to experiment a lot more with the other ones to find a proper conclusion, but it also really doesn't let you choose a proper shot type, so hope you enjoy your shooting to be locked to be from balance to a straight line, which limits your options. Also, worst of all, it doesn't even have a leaderboard, so this mod has some pretty bad longevity because there really isn't much of a point to play it other than for the novelty factor, which sucks cause I really feel that every mod deserves a proper ladder to climb versus other people in the game. Ugh. And finally, the game is locked from the get-go because you have to buy the weapons in the store, which leads me to the third point. 3. The in-game shop got changes. Heads up, nothing got carried over from the older version, so you'll have to buy everything again. So this time you also get more unlockables with the screen filters, which will be nice if they didn't change the whole damn structure of the shop. Look, I love this game. I really do. It's great, but I just need to get this out of my system, so bear with me a little bit, okay? Dude, why in the ever-loving fuck did you think that it was a good idea to change the way the shop works? It was fine before. You could choose whatever you wanted to buy at your leisure, but now you have to buy other completely unrelated things that you may not be interested at that moment, so you can unlock an adjacent square in the grid to get the thing you actually want? Like, why? Who decided this? So I wanna give you guys the fact that you both put experimental weapons fairly early into the paths and that it felt quicker to buy everything than before. Maybe. I don't remember. I'm not willing to delete my old save file to check. Okay, rant over. Oh, yeah, the last point. Right. 4. We got in-game cheats. Yeah, remember those? Like, they aren't my cup of tea, cause I prefer most of the time to go for the intended experience, but if you're having trouble or just want something easier because you feel like it, you can always go use them to get yourself accustomed with the flow of the game, with some training wheels or something. Sure, go for it. However, there is one very interesting cheat that changes things dramatically for even the veterans. Lower bullets. You can now out Touhou to the duo of inspirations. I really don't even want to imagine how cramped things could get on the screen with that in parallel mode, and the fact that you can potentially get you into literally undodgeable situations, but at the same time I am very curious. Hell, I may even stream that later, huh? Oh, right. Also, if you prefer how things were before, you can either change the version to a similar rule set to pre-double action, or just change the version of the game inside the beta tab of the stream properties if you're playing there to boot of the actual old one. In conclusion, a really good game, now even better for beginners. Go play it and put Econopolis on your local club. Anyways, thank you very much to everyone who decided to stick into the end. I am very curious about your opinions. If you like the video, you can always help with a like to help this video reach people that actually are on the fence about the game and also the genre. And if you're interested, you can always subscribe. I mainly use these channels to stream from time to time, but I've been itching to make some sort of long-form videos. But I still have a lot of trouble thinking about what I could even talk about, and to be honest, so again, thank you very much and have a nice whatever your current time is. Bye!